There are these coding boot camps that are charging $15, $20, sometimes $30,000 for programs that last sometimes 12 weeks. And then I see Harvard, freaking Harvard, probably the best university in the world, giving away their courses for free. And in many cases, these free Harvard courses are actually better than those expensive boot camps. And I'm not even exaggerating. And today I'm going to be breaking down 5 completely free Harvard courses that will teach you more than most of the boot camps out there that are charging you the price of a car. And if you appreciate me making these types of videos, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. Now, before I dive in, let me just say this. I am not against boot camps completely. I think the right boot camps in the right situation can make a lot of sense. And also, I'm not one of those people that says that everyone should go to college either. All of these different educational tools are just that. They're tools. But if you try to use a hammer to hammer in a screw, well, that's probably not going to work very well for you. So you need to use the right tool for the right situation. And boot camps can work if it's the right person and the right situation. And they work really well for some people. Some people love structure, deadlines, cohorts. That stuff matters. But what drives me crazy is when people go into massive amounts of debt for skills that they could get for free from literally one of the best universities in the world. And Harvard offers these courses through their platform called Harvard Online. Now, most of them were created for edX originally, and you can access them either on edX or directly through Harvard now. And yes, they're 100% free to audit. You only pay if you want the certificate, but all the content, the lectures, the assignments, it's all there for free. So let's get into the good stuff with number 1, which is CS50's Introduction to Artificial Intelligence course. And boy, is this one monster of a course. This is serious foundational AI knowledge from Harvard professors. And I've looked at AI boot camps charging $10,000, and they don't teach half of what this free course covers. So here's what you actually learn. Building search algorithms from scratch, creating knowledge representation systems, developing neural networks, and understanding machine learning fundamentals. And a lot of boot camps are just going to teach you to import some Python library and tweak some parameters. This course teaches you why AI works the way it does. And that's the difference between being able to use AI tools versus being able to actually understand them enough to build new ones. And guess which person gets paid more? The builder. So the opportunity here is massive. The AI industry is projected to hit $407 billion by 2027, and it's disrupting just about every industry out there. And the people who actually understand the fundamentals, not just how to use the latest trending tools, they're the ones who are going to get the biggest slice of that pie. But to be completely fair here, first of all, this is a very difficult course, right? This is not for the faint of heart. And second, let's be honest, not all of us are big brain enough to actually create AI, including myself. Right? I love using AI, but don't ask me to create it. And by the way, you might be thinking, Shane, I don't want to go into computer science. I don't want to learn anything about AI or anything like that. Well, actually, I have a master list of courses, certifications, certificates, etc. And they're all either free or extremely affordable. And I keep this list updated as the newest ones come out. And these are the ones that I recommend. And you can check that out by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below, because you're almost certainly going to find something that fits your skill set and what you want to do. So check that out. So for those people out there, course number 2 might be a better fit for you, and that is Harvard's CS50 Intro to Computer Science course. Now, this one is an absolute OG. It was the first one that got a lot of notoriety, and there's been people that have made entire videos about this, saying that it got them a job, and it just has a really good reputation online. So if you've been around YouTube for a while, you've probably heard of this course already, and it's taught by David Milan, who's kind of like a rock star in the computer science world. And here's why it crushes a lot of boot camps out there. While boot camps teach you how to write code fast, CS50 makes sure that you understand memory management, algorithmic efficiency, and data structures, the fundamentals that make you an actual computer scientist, not just a code monkey. And I've talked to tons of people who are founders, decision makers, HR managers, etc. And one thing that they constantly complain about is that they know a lot of bootcamp grads who can build a React app, but they absolutely bomb technical interviews because they don't understand the basic CS principles. So this course solves that problem, right? A lot of bootcamp grads are people who learn how to shoot 3-pointers from half court, but they don't know how to dribble, pass, or make a layup. You gotta understand the fundamentals. Now, with this course, you also work with multiple languages like C, Python, SQL, and JavaScript instead of being locked into one tech stack like most boot camps. So yeah, the value here is through the roof because it gives you a foundation that helps you adapt to any programming challenge, not just specific scenarios that your boot camp covers. Number 3 is data science machine learning. And boy, is there a lot of money in data science and a lot of money in machine learning right now. Now, this is very advanced, not gonna lie, and it's pretty big brain, but even just putting this on your resume shows shows that you're somebody who's taking action and trying to learn new things. And if you even understand a little bit of this stuff, data science and machine learning, it's gonna make you look good. And the difference between machine learning engineers that kind of understand the basics and the ones that are absolutely making bank is like $80,000 versus $180,000 a year. And the people making over $180,000 a year basically understand what's happening under the hood. So boot camps might teach you to import scikit-learn and run model.fit, which is great. So can a 12-year-old who watched a YouTube tutorial. Harvard's course, on the other hand, explains the math behind machine learning. So you'll understand loss functions, gradient descent, cross-validation, and feature engineering. And when you know this stuff, you can tune models more effectively. Plus, you can select the right algorithms and even develop custom solutions when pre-built stuff just doesn't cut it. And that is what's going to put you in the top 10% of data scientists who command those $150,000+ salaries. Now, again, this one's pretty big brain. It's not going to be for everyone out there, but I think you see the point here. Chances are you're going to find something that's going to be really good for you. And also, number 4 is CS50's Introduction to Cybersecurity. Now, cybersecurity is extremely hot as well. And honestly, cybersecurity boot camps are some of the worst offenders when it comes to overcharging. I've seen them charging like $15,000 for what amounts to teaching you how to run some vulnerability scanners and memorize compliance frameworks. Now, Harvard's course, on the other hand, teaches security from first principles. We're talking about threat modeling, cryptography fundamentals, secure system design. So instead of learning to use tools without understanding what they're finding, you learn how attackers think and how to build systems that are secure by design. Now, the opportunity here is insane. There are over 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity positions globally, and companies are desperate for people who actually understand security, not just people with a certificate. Now, I know somebody who took this course, got a couple certifications on top from CompTIA, and landed a $115,000 a year job in less than a year with dedicated study. No degree, no boot camp, no previous experience, just smart, focused learning. All right, the next one is going to be CS50's Web Programming with Python and JavaScript. Now, this Harvard course gives you flexibility across multiple languages and frameworks. You'll understand HTTP fundamentals, API design, client-server architecture, instead of just learning syntax. And this course teaches you to build web applications with Python Flask and JavaScript, which gives you versatility that single-stack tech boot camps can't match. So the advantage here is adaptability. The web development landscape changes so damn fast. If all you know is React because that's what your boot camp taught, that was great a few years ago, but what happens when the next big framework comes along? But if you understand the fundamentals of how web applications work, you can pick up any framework quickly. And that's what a lot of these classes are all about. Now, some runner-ups are going to be Harvard's Data Science R Basics course. R is becoming more and more popular. Also, Harvard's Data Science Visualization course. And this focuses on tools like Tableau or Power BI. And basically, it makes it easier for non-data people to understand what the data actually means, which is really important, so that they can actually have, actionable insights on the data. And also Harvard's Introduction to Probability course. And this one might surprise you, but probability is actually useful in so many different fields. And this course is going to take you through the mathematical and statistical foundation that makes you a competent analyst rather than just someone who knows which functions to call. So yeah, these are all pretty good. I'm not promising that these are going to get you a job on their own, but they are going to teach you some of the fundamental foundational skills that are going to help you to land a job. And they're also just going to make you look a lot better to an employer. Because as much as I love certificates, certifications, and boot camps, and just alternative education in general, a lot of the time the alternative education focuses too specifically on skills and not enough on the foundational principles. And that's where I think a lot of these Harvard courses really fill in the gaps. But yeah, like I said, I have a master list of resources that I keep updated, and these are all going to be completely free or extremely affordable. And you should definitely check those out by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And also, if you want some certs that are a little more beginner friendly, check out the video I did on certificates and certifications that can land you remote jobs by clicking right here.